Welcome to my channel. Have you ever listened to someone speak English and thought, wow, they sound American? Maybe you've tried to copy it, but something still feels off. Maybe people understand you, but your accent makes you nervous. Don't worry. Today, I'm going to show you how to improve your American English accent step by step. No pressure, no judgment. Just small changes, real examples, and warm encouragement. Stay with me till the end, because your American accent journey starts today, and it might be easier than you think. Chapter 1. When I heard my own voice and didn't like it, I still remember the first time I recorded myself speaking English. I was alone in my room. The fan was humming. The world was quiet, and I held my phone in my hand, nervous but curious. I had just read a paragraph from an English storybook and pressed the record button. My heart beat a little faster. Let's hear what I sound like, I thought. I pressed play, and what I heard changed everything. It didn't sound like the English I had imagined. My voice felt strange. The words were not smooth. They were stiff, a little flat, a little too heavy. I was speaking, yes, but something about it didn't sound American. I had listened to native speakers before, on TV, in movies, in interviews. They sounded so natural, so relaxed. Their words danced. Mine didn't. Mine stumbled. For a second, I felt sad. I thought, is this really how I sound? I almost deleted the recording. I almost gave up. But something inside me whispered, listen again. So I did. I listened, not to judge myself, but to learn. And when I listened the second time, I noticed something important. I was trying too hard. I was focusing on words, not sounds. I was reading, not feeling. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't the end. This was the beginning. That day, something changed in me. I realized that hearing myself was the key. If I couldn't hear what was wrong, I couldn't fix it. But if I listened carefully, with kindness, not shame, I could grow. So I made a promise. I would keep recording myself, not just once, but every day. I would listen, learn, improve, slowly, gently, like a beginner musician learning a new instrument. And so I started. Just 5 minutes a day, reading something small, recording, listening. And every time I found one little thing to work on. Sometimes it was the th sound. Sometimes it was the rhythm of a sentence. Sometimes it was the way I ended a word too soon. But each time I didn't feel lost. I felt focused. There was one moment I'll never forget. I was watching an American interview online. The speaker said a sentence that really caught my attention. I'd rather stay in than go out. It was casual, relaxed, and fast. I paused the video and tried to say it myself. I would rather... No, wait. I'd rather... It was softer, smoother. I practiced again and again. Then I recorded it. When I played it back, for the first time, I smiled. It didn't sound perfect, but it sounded better, closer, more natural. And I thought, I'm getting there. That's what I want you to feel too. Your first recording might surprise you. You might not like it. But don't run from it. Don't feel ashamed, feel proud, because when you hear yourself, you are already ahead of most learners. You're not just learning English, you're learning yourself. Your voice matters, your sound matters. And the only way to improve it is to face it with love, not fear. So here's a small step you can take today. Pick a simple English sentence, maybe something like, "My name is," "I'm learning English." Say it, record it, listen to it once. Not to judge, just to hear. That's your first step. It's small but powerful. And here's the truth. Every American-sounding speaker you admire started from somewhere. Maybe not from your country, maybe not with your language, but from the same place. A place of trying, a place of noticing, a place of saying, "I want to sound better, and I believe I can." So if you've ever listened to yourself and felt disappointed, I want you to know that moment is a gift. It's not the sound of failure. It's the sound of beginning. And every big change starts with one honest moment. In the next chapter, I'll show you how your accent is not just about speaking English, but about learning the music behind it. Yes, American English has a rhythm, a beat, a flow, and once you feel that rhythm, your voice will start to change. So don't go anywhere. This is just the beginning of your beautiful sound. Chapter 2. The secret is in the sounds, not the words. When I first started learning English, I thought the most important thing was vocabulary. I believed that if I memorized enough words, I would sound fluent. I wrote down new words every day, repeated them, and even used them in my speaking. But something still felt wrong. I knew the words, but I didn't sound like the American speakers I admired. My accent still felt far away. It was like wearing the right clothes but not walking with the same style. Then one day, everything changed, with just one sound. I was trying to say a simple sentence, "I can do it," but every time I said it, something felt off. I recorded myself and compared it to how Americans said it in movies. They said it quickly, softly, and smoothly. "I can do it." But mine sounded like, "I can do it." At first, I didn't understand what was wrong. The words were correct. But then I noticed something small, and it changed everything. The vowel in can was different. Americans say can with a soft A sound, like cat or man. But I was using ken, like the name. One small vowel, one big difference. That day, I discovered the truth. English is not just about words, it's about sounds. Accent is the music of language, and if you want to sound American, you have to learn to hear and feel that music. So let's talk about sounds. American English has some unique ones, and the secret to improving your accent is learning how to shape them with your mouth. But don't worry, we'll go slowly and gently. Let's start with two little words, bit and beat. They look similar, right? Just one letter different. But say them out loud. Bit. Short. Quick. Like the I in sit. Beat. Longer, clearer. Like the E in see. Can you hear the difference? Bit. Beat. Now say these two sentences. I bit my tongue. I beat the drum. Feel it. Say it again. When you change one vowel, the meaning changes, and so does the sound. Here's another one. Full and fool. Very close, but fool has a longer oo sound, Try it. The glass is full. Now, don't be a fool. Can you hear the difference now? These tiny sounds make a huge difference. And here's the beautiful part. When you learn to hear them, you can start to fix them. Let's talk about stress. Americans stress certain words or parts of words to create rhythm. For example, try this sentence. I didn't say he stole the money. Say it again. Now say it while stressing different words. I didn't say he stole the money, not someone else. I didn't say he stole the money. I never said it. I didn't say he stole the money. Maybe I wrote it. One sentence, 7 meanings, just by changing the sound. Amazing, right? That's what stress and intonation can do. It's not about grammar. It's about how your voice rises and falls. American English has a kind of melody. It flows, it sings, and once you hear it, you can start to join in. Now, let me share a top moment. One day, I was practicing the sentence, "Where are you going?" But I said it like this, "Where are you going?" Too strong, too flat. Then I listened to an American speaker. They said it like this, "Where are you going?" Smooth, light, friendly. I tried it. "Where are you going?" And suddenly, it clicked. It felt natural. I recorded it, played it back. I smiled. I sounded different. I sounded better. That moment was a spike for me, a turning point, because I realized I don't need to speak fast. I don't need fancy words. I just need the right sounds and the right rhythm. Even one small sound like changing bit to beat or saying can instead of can make you feel and sound more American. So here's what I want you to do today. Pick one short sentence. Maybe, "I can help you." Say it slowly. Feel each word. Record it. Now listen to an American say it on YouTube, in a podcast, or even a movie clip. Then copy it. Try to match their rhythm, their stress, their sound. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try. And when you do, you'll hear the change. You'll feel the shift. And that's where confidence begins. In the next chapter, I'll show you how I didn't just study these sounds, I lived them. I copied American voices, repeated them, played them again and again. It's called shadowing, and it's one of the most powerful ways to improve your American accent. So don't stop now. You're already changing your sound, one small step at a time. Chapter 3. I learned by listening, not just studying. For a long time, I thought the only way to improve my English was through studying. I read grammar books. I wrote down word lists. I filled notebooks with rules and practice exercises. It helped, but something was missing. I still didn't sound natural. My accent didn't feel American. I could read English, I could write English. But when I spoke, it still felt like I was translating. Thinking too much, speaking too slow, sounding too different. Then, one evening, something changed. I was watching a movie, just for fun. I had seen it before, but this time, one line caught my ear. A character looked at his friend and said, "You've got to be kidding me." The way he said it was fast, casual, full of emotion. He didn't say it like a textbook. He said it like a real person. The words were connected. The sounds were smooth. It felt alive. I paused the movie. I rewound. I listened again. "You've got to be kidding me." I repeated it. Slowly, then faster. "You've got to be kidding me." I tried to copy the way he said it. Not just the words, but the music of it. His stress, his rhythm, his energy. I didn't worry about grammar. I just copied. And for the first time, I felt something new. I wasn't studying. I was shadowing. That night, I repeated that line 10 times. I recorded myself. I listened. I laughed. I tried again. And little by little, my voice started to change. I wasn't just learning English. I was feeling it. That's when I began a new habit. Every day, for just 10 minutes, I would listen to something in American English, a podcast, a cartoon, a short video, a scene from a movie, and I would shadow it. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly the same way. Not just the words, but the sound, the music, the speed. At first it was hard. My tongue felt slow. My mouth didn't move the right way. But I didn't stop. I treated it like singing, like acting, like copying a dance. It became fun. One day I was talking to a friend online. We were laughing about something silly, and suddenly, without thinking, I said, "You've got to be kidding me." Exactly like I had practiced. Not slow, not strange, just natural. And my friend looked surprised. He said, "Wow, you sound American." That moment lit something inside me, a small joy, a quiet pride, because I didn't just study that sentence. I lived it. I copied it. I became it. That's the secret I want to give you today. If you want to improve your American accent, don't just read. Don't just study. Listen, repeat, feel, become a mimic, like a child copying their parents' voice, like an actor learning a new role. Your ears are your teachers, and your mouth is your tool. You don't need special books. You don't need expensive courses. You just need your ears, your voice, and a little time each day. Start with something small, a movie line, a short podcast, a sentence from a YouTube video. Pause, repeat, copy the rhythm, copy the stress, copy the emotion. You don't have to understand every word. Just feel it. And over time, those sounds will become yours. They will live in your voice. They will grow in your speech. This is not just practice, it's transformation. Because the more you shadow, the more you sound like the people you admire. And one day, someone will turn to you and say, "You sound amazing. Are you American?" And you'll smile. Not because you're perfect, but because you're becoming fluent in a new way. In the next chapter, I'll show you how your mouth, your lips, and your tongue can help you sound even better. We'll talk about the physical side of accent, the sounds that live in your muscles, not just in your mind. So keep listening, keep mimicking. Your voice is changing, and your American accent is just getting started. Chapter 4. My mouth was the real classroom. I used to think that learning English happened only in books. I thought grammar rules, word lists, and writing practice were everything. But one day, something surprising happened, and it changed how I saw the whole process. I realized that my mouth was the real classroom. Let me explain. One morning, I stood in front of the mirror, practicing a word I always struggled with. River. I had heard it many times in American movies, and it always sounded so smooth and clean. But when I said it, something felt wrong. My R didn't sound American. It sounded flat or heavy, like I was dragging the word through the mud. So I watched a video about American pronunciation, and the teacher said something I'll never forget. The American R is not made with the lips. It's made with the tongue and throat. Don't roll it, curl it. I tried again. I looked into the mirror. I watched my lips stay relaxed while my tongue pulled slightly back. River red car. Suddenly the sound started to change. It wasn't perfect, but it was different. Closer, smoother. I felt it inside my mouth. That's when it hit me. My accent wasn't just about listening. It was about movement. It was about how my mouth shaped the sounds. And so I made a new plan. Every morning, I stood in front of the mirror for 5 to 10 minutes and practiced sounds like an actor. I'd smile. I'd stretch my lips. I'd roll my tongue. I made silly faces. I repeated small words. Red, road, run, roar. Car, card, carry, current. I practiced slowly and clearly. I wasn't just saying the words. I was training my muscles. And then came my big challenge, the th sound. You know the one, like in think, thank, and that. At first I said sink instead of think, and dat instead of that. I felt embarrassed, but then I learned the secret. Put your tongue lightly between your teeth. Let the air pass. I tried. Thank you. It felt strange. My tongue didn't want to go there. I laughed at myself. I made mistakes. But I didn't stop. And then, one day, I said it. Thank you. Perfect. Clean. Clear. I paused. I smiled at my reflection. I whispered, "Did I just do that?" That was my spike moment. It felt like winning a small gold medal. I didn't need anyone to clap for me. I clapped for myself. That day, I learned something powerful. Accent is not magic. It's muscle memory. Just like learning to dance or play an instrument, your mouth needs practice. And here's the good news. You don't need special tools. Your mirror is enough. Your voice is enough. Your face, your lips, your tongue, they are your instruments. So if you want to improve your American accent, make this your habit. Practice in front of a mirror. Watch how your mouth moves. Notice your lips when you say P and B. Check your tongue when you say L or thee. Make it fun. Make it silly. Act like a voice actor. Smile. Repeat. Enjoy the process. Here are a few fun exercises you can try every day. Say, 33 thirsty thinkers thought thoroughly. Repeat, red roses run round rocky roads. Try, I really like reading red ribbons. Start slowly. Make each sound clear. Feel your mouth working. That's how change happens. And here's a secret. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. After a few weeks, you won't even think about it. Your tongue will know what to do. Your mouth will shape the sounds automatically. You'll speak, and the words will feel smoother, lighter, more American. That's the power of physical practice. In the next chapter, we'll take this even further. I'll show you how something as fun as music Yes, singing along to your favorite English songs can help you master the rhythm and flow of the American accent. It's not boring, it's beautiful, and you're going to love it. So keep going. Your voice is learning, your muscles are growing, your accent is becoming clearer every single day. Chapter 5. Music helped me speak like I belong. There was a time when I practiced English with fear. I was careful with every word, worried about mistakes, afraid of sounding strange. I thought fluency meant getting every word right. I thought accents had to be erased. But then one day, something changed. And it didn't come from a textbook or a grammar guide. It came from a song. I was listening to a slow American love song on the radio. The melody was soft. The voice was gentle. And then came a line I had heard many times before. I will always love you. Simple, emotional, beautiful. I sang it in my head, then quietly with my voice. I will always love you. Each word had its own rhythm, its own emotion. I felt the sounds not just in my mouth, but in my heart. That's when I realized music is more than entertainment. It's a teacher. It teaches rhythm, stress, flow, and emotion. All the things that make American English sound the way it does. So I made music a part of my English learning. I started with slow songs, like ballads and soft pop. I listened to the lyrics again and again. I read them, I whispered them, I sang them. Not perfectly, but with feeling. When you sing, something magical happens. You stop thinking about grammar. You stop worrying about mistakes. You just follow the music. And because American English has a musical rhythm, singing helps your accent more than you can imagine. I practice songs like Let It Be by the Beatles, Someone Like You by Adele, Perfect by Ed Sheeran, Count on Me by Bruno Mars. These songs are slow and clear. They stretch the words. They show you where to stress and where to pause. You can feel the beat in each sentence. I would sing along with the music in my room, sometimes with my eyes closed. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was trying to feel the sounds. I wasn't just copying. I was becoming part of the language. And then came the moment I'll never forget. I was with a group of friends, some native speakers, some learners like me. Someone played a popular American song on a speaker. We started humming, then singing. I joined in without thinking. My voice blended with theirs. I sang the chorus with confidence, joy, and ease. After the song ended, one of my friends turned to me and said, "You sound American when you sing. I didn't even know you were learning English." That moment was powerful, not because I was perfect, but because I belonged. I didn't feel like a student. I felt like a speaker, a singer, a part of the group. That was my emotional spike. The moment I stopped feeling like an outsider and started feeling like a participant. And that's what I want you to feel too. You don't need to sing in public. You don't even need to sing loudly. You can hum, whisper, or mouth the words, but do it with your heart. Let your voice move with the music. Let the song carry you. Even if you sing just one line a day, it helps. It teaches your ears to hear the right stress. It teaches your tongue to feel the smoothness. It builds your confidence. It relaxes your voice. And most of all, it makes learning fun. Because music is joy. It's not a lesson, it's an experience. So here's your small step for today. Pick one American song you like. Slow and simple. Look up the lyrics. Listen once, then hum along, then whisper the words, then sing just for yourself. It's okay if you're shy. It's okay if it sounds strange at first. You're not performing, you're practicing. And remember, if you can sing it, you can say it. Music makes you fluent not just in sound, but in confidence. It shows you the natural flow of English, without pressure, without rules. In the next chapter, we'll bring everything together. I'll share what I've learned about accent, identity, and why you don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound real. So keep singing, keep smiling. Your American voice is growing, and it's beautiful. Chapter 6. Your accent is not a problem. It's a journey. Let me speak to you from the heart now. This is the final chapter, but in many ways, it's the most important one. Because if you remember just one thing from this video, I want it to be this. Your accent is not a problem. It's a journey. I know what it feels like to be afraid to speak, to worry that people will laugh or not understand, to listen to native speakers and think, I'll never sound like that. I used to feel that way too. But over time, something changed. Not all at once, not with a magic lesson, but step by step, by listening, copying, singing, repeating, I began to improve. My American accent started to grow, not to replace my voice, but to shape it, to help me be clearer, more natural, more confident. But through it all, I never lost who I was. And you shouldn't either. You don't need to erase your accent. You don't need to sound like someone else. You just need to be understood. You need to feel heard. And when you speak with clarity and confidence, people will listen, not just to your words, but to your heart. One day I was in a group discussion. I was sharing my opinion. Nothing fancy, just my thoughts. I wasn't thinking about my accent. I wasn't trying to sound perfect. I was just speaking. Afterward, someone came up to me and said, I love the way you speak. It's so clear. That was it. Not, you sound American. Not, your grammar is perfect. Just, you're clear. And I felt something warm in my chest. I smiled, because that's all I ever wanted, to be clear, to be heard, to connect. That was my final spike moment, the moment I knew I didn't need to chase perfection. I just needed to be me, a better version, a stronger version, a version that keeps growing. And that's what I want for you. Not perfection, not pressure, just progress, just practice, just patience. Your voice is special. It carries your story, your culture, your journey. Let your American accent add to it, not replace it. Let it be a bridge, not a mask. Let it help you speak, not hide. Every R sound you've practiced, every th that made you laugh, every song you've whispered in the dark, it's all part of your journey. And if today you speak just a little better than yesterday, you've already succeeded. So don't be ashamed of your voice. Don't compare it to someone else's. You are not behind. You are on the path. and your path is beautiful. You're not just learning sounds. You're learning to express yourself, to belong, to be brave, to speak with heart. That's what this journey is about. So take a deep breath, smile, say one sentence out loud, say it clearly, say it with pride, because that voice, it's yours, and it's growing stronger every day. Thank you for staying with me till the end. In the next moment, I'll give you one final message, a small call to action to keep your journey going. But for now, I just want you to know, your accent is not wrong. Your accent is your story, and your story matters. Now you know the truth. Your voice is powerful. Your accent is not your weakness. It's your work in progress. If this video gave you a new idea or a little courage, please do 4 small things. Like this video, comment, and tell me what word or sound is hardest for you in American English. Subscribe to my channel for more easy, kind, and helpful English videos like this. Share this video with someone who's shy about their accent. Let's grow together. And remember, your accent doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be heard. Let it speak. Let it grow. Your American English voice is on its way.